Hey everyone, so I'm sure you saw by the title, but today we're going to have a big TMI session on Olivia Makeup Channel, and we're going to talk about waxing. And not waxing your eyebrows, we're going to be talking about waxing your... Did I say that out loud? So here is the deal. It's summer, we're going to be wearing bikinis and one pieces, and you're gonna, be shaving a lot and dealing with a lot of ocean water and pools, and it's going to be uncomfortable. So I decided, hey, let me just wax it off and see what I think. I'm all about embracing your body for what it is. If you want to be hairy, be hairy. If you want to have no hair, be hairless. I think it's doing what you're comfortable with and how you feel the most confident. And that was my positive rant of the day. I feel like talking about vaginas and stuff like that is a little bit of an awkward topic to be talking about out loud. So I was one of those people that obsessively Googled about this subject before actually taking the plunge and getting the wax. So I thought that there would be a lot of young girls here on YouTube I need to get a wax, or I want to get a wax, I don't know what it's like, I want to hear somebody's experience. And I'm here to tell you that truthful experience and definitely embarrass myself along the way. So you're probably thinking, what's the difference between a bikini wax and a Brazilian wax? So basically, a bikini wax is going to get rid of everything that you would see if you were wearing a pretty small bikini. So it's going to get the sides of your thighs and kind of like the top area if you want it, something kind of like that. You can get a kind of full or extended bikini, which is going to cover remove everything from your vagina. And a Brazilian, which is what I got, which you're gonna know a lot about me now, it's where you remove all the hair and don't forget the butt. So that's fun. So the main reason why I decided to get waxed and do a Brazilian wax instead of a bikini wax is because I was shaving a lot and I grow hair very fast, and my hair can kind of get ingrown really easily, and you don't really want that in your private areas. It's a little bit too much. So I kind of wanted to just feel clean and good for summer and kind of just try it out because I really like trying different beauty things, and waxing isn't something that I had really experimented with, and I just wanted to see how it was, I guess. And of course, waxing versus shaving, waxing is going to be a lot better because it's going to have long-lasting results, and shaving, it's like you're going to be smooth right after you do it, but the next day you're already going to feel a little bit rough. So with the Brazilian or a bikini wax or any kind of wax for any part of your body, it removes the entire hair from your body, including the bulb of the follicle. So your body, in order to regrow the hair, it has to start the hair from scratch, whereas shaving, you're just cutting off the hair like a haircut. So that's my best way of explaining it as somebody who's not an esthetician and just a beauty blogger. The next thing I'm going to talk about is pain, because I think a lot of people are worried about how much it hurts, and I'm definitely somebody who's a wuss when it comes to pain. I'm a crybaby, but I didn't think it really hurt that much at all. I definitely shed some tears whenever I get my eyebrows and upper lip threaded, but I probably shed 2 tears from getting waxed, and it wasn't really that big of a deal to me. About an hour beforehand, I did take an Olive pill though, just like a pain reliever, just because I was nervous and I didn't really know what to expect, and I didn't know what I was getting into and how bad it would be, and it wasn't even bad, so that helped a lot. And also, your skin is more sensitive and susceptible to pain during certain times of the month. So it's like if you're on your period, waxing and removing hair and stuff like that, it's gonna hurt a lot more than it will after. So they recommend to wait a couple days after your period ends, because then it'll be you're back to normal and it won't hurt as much. You can get waxed on your period. They just make you put in a fresh tampon right before you do it. I personally got mine done the day after my period was done, so I definitely was still more sensitive. So I think that it depends. And pain is always a really hard thing to talk about because everybody's pain tolerance is different. So you can get a bikini wax or a Brazilian wax at all kinds of places, from nail salons to places that specialize in waxing. And for myself, I decided to focus on a place that focused solely on waxing. I don't really trust those kind of nail salons where they take you into the room in the back and just wax you, and they're probably double dipping the wax, and that can really easily suscept yourself to STDs and just other kinds of infections because of the delicate parts that you're dealing with. And that also means you really have to check on the price, because if it seems like too good of a deal, it probably is too good of a deal and you're going to be risking other things for that price discount. The place that I chose to get waxed is the European Wax Center, and I go to the one in Pasadena, and they have, I think, over 600 locations all around the US, which I thought was awesome. People are very opinionated when it comes to chains, but I think that this chain, I had a great experience at that chain and that franchise, whatever you want to call it, because I thought that the price was right, and I thought that everyone was really professional, and I knew that it was a clean environment just as soon as I walked in. And also in regards to price, at European Wax Center it's $47 for the full Brazilian, but for my first time, and I like registered online and all of that, it was half off, which I wasn't really expecting, and so I was like really happy with that, because I only paid like $23.50 for that, but it was a $47 value. So if you want to, you know, try this out and it's your first time but you still don't want to spend a lot of money, if you have a local European Wax Center, I would definitely recommend it, and let them know that I sent you, because apparently they have like a referral thing and I'll get points to my account, but I don't really know how that works. You say some girl on the internet told me to get waxed here. That sounds a little bit weird. I think whenever you go through something that's really awkward, you have to try your hardest to make it not awkward. So think of some things to talk about with the person that's waxing you. If you feel more comfortable with a guy waxing you, then let a guy wax you. If you feel more comfortable with a girl waxing you because you're shyer and like you can talk to girls more easily, then request a girl to wax you. I personally didn't have a preference, but I kind of wanted a girl, and I was lucky enough to get a girl, and she was super sweet. She was young and she was really passionate about what she does, and she was really easy to talk to, and we were laughing. We were having just like a really great time whenever I was getting waxed. And I think somebody that you feel comfortable with, you're gonna feel less pain because you're gonna trust them. At the European Wax Center, they actually use a hard wax instead of the soft wax with the strip on top of it. So hard wax, I kind of compare it similarly to a candle, because the wax dries and then they peel off the wax after it has dried a bit. I feel like they go over it a couple of times each area just to like make sure. They're very thorough. I want to say it took 30 minutes to do the entire thing, and it's a really uncomfortable position to be in, but you get used to it really quickly. I didn't like scream or like make any noise or anything like that whenever she was doing it. She even told me I didn't flinch, which I don't think I would agree with, because there were definitely some parts that I flinched during, but it wasn't terrible. The only thing was I sweated so much. I sweat all over the place. Like they had that paper to cover the table, and I sweat through it. It was a mess, but I'm just a sweaty person, I guess. Whenever I get nervous, since I wasn't outwardly nervous, my body was like, oh, you need to stop being nervous and just sweat everything out. You kind of just position yourself in a strange, like if this was the knee and this was the foot, this is the position you would be in, laying down. Pretty nice, comfortable, aired out. And then you gotta flip over and spread them for the butt part. So that's fun. I think the butt area is confusing to a lot of people. Like, what exactly do they wax? They pretty much wax like up the crack. So everything that is like internalized in your butt crack, that's what they wax. And you would think that it would hurt more, but it hurts a lot less, because as my sister says, your butthole is more robust. It's true. Overall, whether or not you choose to go into waxing your private parts, hopefully you enjoyed hearing my story, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you want more strange videos like this, and I'll see you guys in my next video next Friday. Bye!